Alright guys, we're putting a lot less videos up. Anybody that's hanging around here, the few people that are, you'll notice. Joe's going to do, and we're going to show you about 200 to 250 or so of push-ups, body weight squats with calf lifts. And in between here, at some point, Joe, I want you to do some decline ones.
Push-ups.
Yeah, but you don't have to do them every set. So just starting off maybe in the middle or towards the end. So here's what's going on here. We're just and he'll go out with his elbows a little bit more on some of these sets, and he'll probably vary them a little bit. And of course he'll be doing them in sets here. He's doing these rather quick, so he's almost lifting himself off the ground here and there. So that's set one. See the handsome guy in the background? That's Rocky, our German Shepherd, if you're new to this channel. And soon we'll be back in the U.S. and we'll be beating everybody up. If you watch the last couple of videos I did, we had the Anthony trial and all the racist stuff going out and back and forth, and I kind of reamed on the ghetto culture, and it deserved to be reamed on. I think today I'm going to talk a little bit about the white shaggy culture. How in the world, and why in the world wouldn't ghetto, although it's queer too, all these rappers are queer and $3 bills, by the way. They dress effeminate, they act effeminate, and the tough guy put on is just for very, very low IQ people. I can't believe anybody would still be listening to that music. And but the problem, there's a huge segment of the white population in the U.S., and it's spread to Europe as well, in white populations, or I call it the shaggy culture. And I'm referring to the character Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Now who was Shaggy, if you haven't watched Scooby-Doo? It's the coward one on the show. And if you're gonna walk around with a hairdo like Shaggy, don't be surprised that people are going to look at you as a weak fella. And you are a weak fella. Now for the dads of the shaggy culture that allow their kids to walk around with hair like that, and looking like a clown, and trying to look like a black hood rat, you are weak sons of bitches too. Well, they're showing their culture. No, there's bounds to that. They were showing culture back in my day, and let me tell you what it was. It was a thing called damned hippies, is what they was called in my house. And Joe here, his grandpa, didn't allow us to be as such. And let me tell you about these people. They were pathetic as well. And they are the grandparents of you pathetic parents that have kids today. And you're weak-minded individual, you breed weak-minded folks. They will know you by the fruits you bear. These damn hippies had all this long hair. Filthy, half-assed take baths, wouldn't cut their fingernails or their toenails. Kind of looks like black people today in the ghetto culture. They got hair that they mad up that they can't never wash. Well, on the white side, we had this cultural disaster called hippies. And these damn weak sons of bitches, of course they wouldn't bathe. The women wouldn't shave their legs or their underarms. There's, if you care to go look, Hillary Clinton come up in that hippie generation, and they always said she was smelly and wouldn't bathe. That wasn't recent with her. I don't buy into that. It's people thinking about her in the past. Because it was cool and hip not to bathe and for the women not to shave their legs or their underarms and to be the pathetic women that are older pathetic liberals today. You know, the ones pushing, well, little Johnny's really little Johnicia. And little Barbara's really little Hank. Sick shit. And it almost seems to me that really basically the ghetto culture was spawned from the hippie culture. Because you ain't never seen such a weak set of people other than when you run up on the shaggy. White shaggy cultured guy. That guy is a complete total loser. And you don't want your kids to be like that. Has nothing to do with tolerance or being a nice person or any of that. Being a nice person is doing the right thing, being stand up, being strong, fighting forward, and things like that. Being strong is when the group's all going astray, like they're doing today with women preachers, and give money, and God wants you to have a new Cadillac culture. A strong person will stand up to that, but a shaggy white culture person can't do it, and a ghetto person can't do it. They're the two weakest forms. The two weakest. There's none weaker than those two forms. And the shaggy culture guy never gets mad. The white guy never gets mad. He's a little pussy. He gets offended, he goes in his room and cries. His feelings are hurt easily. And this has came from weak white women, because the shaggy in white culture takes after his mommy. Okay, we're going to do some of those. And
Do you want to move the camera first?
yeah, maybe I'll put it down, yeah. And so the white shaggy culture, little effeminate loser. Let's bring it back. Just come back. All right. But he gets it from his mother, his weak white mother. And weak white father, if he's got him in the house. Maybe his dad's got a shaggy do. Or maybe the dad's got cornrows or some mess like that himself, you know. Or maybe daddy's just too busy playing Fortnite to keep up with his kids. Now the black one over there, the ghetto hood rat, the slow-mo, is coming off of the worst IQ person in his life and acting and is an effeminate little freak like his wild-ass beast mother, whom at the drop of a hat, if she gets offended, is going to fly off and that mouth's going to start running, and it's not going to shut up till she's body slammed on the ground or has her face punched in. And so that's what those little boys do. They're all mouth, but they can't fight. That's the common denominator. There's several common denominators on both groups. The black ghetto little queer and the shaggy white little queer have common denominators. One of them being they're following weak ass mothers, because they're both weak, and they either got a weak ass daddy in the house or no daddy. Or you got the effeminate courts that's got daddy out of the picture. So those are the common denominators there. But so they get it from their mothers. Both groups are weak and effeminate. And they're just walking females. And they can't bear no responsibility. They can't do nothing manly, like work their ass off on a farm, hang an iron, you know, constructing automobiles, molting steel and things like that. They can't do anything like that. They don't make carpenters, bricklayers, or any of that. And that's why in the whites and blacks, you can't get nobody to work construction. So they go to the Mexican population, whom is even lower IQ'd, but who will work. And does have an internal switch, which is a macho switch that they can click on from time to time. And very low IQ, but got some testosterone going through them. And it's killing Western society. So I sat back, I look at a lot of news and things, and I do a lot of the body cam videos and things like that. And one thing I've noticed, and that is, I see a black guy that is getting put in the back of a police car after they've been chasing the guy, and he's saying, I can't breathe, I don't feel right. He goes immediately off of the breathing thing and goes to, I don't feel right, something's wrong with me. And he dies in the back seat of a police car. Then I look and see where they handcuff a white guy, and he dies in the back of a police car. And then I start looking at things like, well, those of us that were idiotic enough to get this jab, now they just came out, it's been 100% confirmed, people are dying from them. 100% confirmed they're causing cancer almost in everybody that got one. All negative. And both blacks and whites were forced to get those jabs. I think I can say it now. COVID shots. Both black and whites have died in the back of police cars. Both blacks and whites go into the hospital, and instead of someone trying to heal them, they chop them up or prolong their cancer instead of trying to get rid of it. And then we're all getting ripped over, bent over, with our pants pulled down, and bang bang on the old bunion hole. That's every race. And we got to cut this shit out. And because I've seen, and I even had somebody come over on our thing and start saying, oh, you're just pissed off because you're a white person and there ain't gonna be no white people in 50 years. And I'm sitting there thinking, you dumbass cocksucker negroid. The first race to go in the U.S. with all this is going to be the black people. It is going to be them. And because they're the ones out here blending with every other race. Isn't that amazing? So we got to get off of these things, saying stupid things. Are you done?
Do you want to lower the camera?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's going. I'm going to get back over here. We got to get to when we see crime, no matter which side commits it, a real man's going to be like, no, we ain't having this shit. No matter your color. And real men getting fights. You know, real men defend themselves bodily, not with guns and knives and things. And real fathers teach their children how to do it. And that's why when I said, I've heard many a black fighter say, a white man ain't never gonna beat me. White man ain't never gonna beat me. That's why we're saying a black guy ain't never gonna beat Joe here. But newsflash to you, a white one's not either. Isn't that amazing? And I say that with equal conviction in both statements. So, what do you want to do? You want to sue us? Y'all, are your panties in an uproar? You feel so offended. Because let me tell you something. If I see a 300-pound black woman showing her ass in Walmart, and she's got 3 6'4", 225 to 60-pound boys with her, I'm going to go up to that bitch and I'm going to say, knock it off, bitch. Shut your fat mouth. But guess what? This 300-pound white woman standing in there, the same size children, I'm going to walk up to that lady and I'm going to say, shut your mouth, bitch. Knock it off. See, we can do that. You just think you can't. And that's what's wrong. The really, really good. Now, I'm not talking about women here. Women can do some things to change some stuff. But the really, really good people that can change things is the strong white and the strong black man. It's the only two options we have in the U.S. And I'm telling the strong ones, don't give a damn if they label you a bigot. If you are a Christian in any way, shape, or form, you believe upon Christ. Maybe you don't follow him like you think you should. I think none of us do. Not like we think we should. And we're all falling short. But, it says they're going to call you bigots. They're going to say you're terrible people. You know what a bigot meant back then, in that time, coming over from the Latin language that the Septuagint was written in, and the ancient Hebrew that the Old Testament was written in, which both talk about this in several places. They're going to come after you. Here's what it means. They're going to call you a racist. They're going to call you a male chauvinist. They're going to call you a xenophobe. They're going to call you anti-fag and how terrible you are for that. And isn't it amazing that they ask for tolerance? And you know what tolerance means? That means tolerate us. But yet they're not we do tolerate them, yet they don't tolerate us. And they got to be stopped. And that should show everybody right there that we're right and they're wrong. They keep this race and division thing going. They've done it through this awful ghetto rap music. They got the ghetto culture, and the white guys do it too. The white trash asses do it right along with the black trash asses. Walk around with, go spend $200 for a pair of damn pants that are going to sag like prison clothes. I got a news flash for you folks. The damn slides you put on your white or your black ass, those Adidas slides or Nike slides or whatever they are, those are prison shoes. That's it. They're really jail shoes. You go off to prison, they'll give you a pair of shoes. The sagging of the damn pants thing is, when you're in prison, they don't give you belts. They give you pants and undershirt and a shirt to put over it and a jacket. And they give it to you bigger because, if it's bigger, you can get it on your body. If it's too small, you can't get it on. So when you're going through the line to get your clothes, you get what you get. It's oversized. So fuckers walking around here with their pants down here, acting like they're in a prison. These slides on these feet. I never thought there'd be a day that a man would put a damn pair of female bedroom slippers on to go out here and conduct business and go to a store and be seen in that shit. I come from a man, my daddy, who wore flip-flops occasionally, but only in his backyard, in his privatized space that he created for himself. That man dressed better than we do today when he was mowing his yard. And it's just unbelievable. I look, and I've grown into it too, but I look at myself now, really everything I got basically is torn and tattered. You can look at these pants here. I'm going to show you something. Look at that. They're about to break. When they break, I'll sew them. It's not by choice. If I had my choice, I'd put a nice suit on every day. I'd get my ass up, dress up, and or at least when I walked outside that house, I'd have a suit and a tie on, like a winner, like they were for way. And you go back and you look at the 20s and 30s, these iron workers that are doing things like the Empire State Building, a lot of other people that were doing other work, they had a damn suit and a tie that they went out with. And they're out there, you know, digging. You go up on a farm, the guy's sitting here shoveling, he's got a suit and a tie on. Maybe he takes the tie and the overcoat off, and then he puts it back on. Gets a hat on his head. Things like that. More appropriate things. Today it's just be a fucking bum. You know, you ask the neighbor, what do you do for a living? And you think maybe they work at the fucking surf shop or something, you know, or the t-shirt printing place at the Seaside Hotel that's beside that. And they tell you that they work at NASA or they work at Executive Board of General Motors. And I'm like, well, we need to be comfortable. I think that's the problem. Everybody's wanting to be comfortable and wanting everybody to tolerate their bullshit. And henceforth, we have no standards anymore. This is how the majority, all of these inner city school people, Baltimore, for example, they went through and retested those students. Of course, they ain't changing nothing because they're black people led by black people. There's no white leaders in Baltimore. They come out of there with a 3rd to a 6th grade education out of high school, literally cannot read. 60% of them are totally illiterate. They don't know their ABCs. They can't write their ABCs in print or cursive or anything like that. Joe's writing all his assignments to this day, and he's in the 11th grade here. It's in cursive. We're not fucking around like the rest of y'all. We're meeting and exceeding. So if you know, I'm a proud black dad and my son's a boxer. Guess what? Your son ain't gonna beat mine. Not happening. We are attaining to the highest standards of everything we do. Shit you wouldn't even understand. If you're a white father, oh, my son's a boxer. I think he's won the Golden Gloves in New York State. We come up there, you won't be winning them no more. It won't be happening no more. Equal to you. We're doing stuff you don't know nothing about. And you never will know about. Because you ain't investigating. You ain't lived the life I've lived. And you got a lot of candy around the edges. It's a lot of little sweet sugar around the edges of what you going on. And there ain't no damn sugar here. It's vinegar and salt. And a lot of it's piss. And it mixes together into something that nobody likes. And nobody can deal with. And that's what we're doing. So I tell you something, you might want to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get to going if you think you're going to hang with us. Because it's going to be a hard road to hoe for y'all. And of course y'all can't see it here, but you're going to see it when we get back. We are ever so close, and as soon as we get back, anybody and everybody's going to let us enter these tournaments. They're getting beat up. You want me to pull it back some more or something?
No,
Are you done? You done? All right. How many push-ups you got? All right. So a little day, right? Is this a lot of work? This is our candy session, right? And hop down and do his day off candy work here. And what you hadn't seen is he's been doing this stuff all day long. You know, he's sitting there and listening to lectures, and he's listening to the lectures, and every chance he gets down and does 5, 10, or 20 push-ups, these squats, all sorts of stuff. It's just every day around here. You'd be amazed at how he can stand there. He's got a little, does it with his phone. It gives him a little screen of himself, or a half screen on his monitor. So he's sitting there doing that, got his earphones on, or earbuds, and listening to a lecture and shadowboxing and watching himself. He's able to do 2 things at one time, and still getting anywhere from 96 to 100 on every single test, see? And literally doing damn stuff that it would take 100% of your calibration to do, to focus in on, while he's doing high-end academy work. So yeah, we're not only going to out-muscle you, out-hit you, out-bash you, and bring something to you, the likes of which you've never seen before. It's going to be something like it was when, of course you young folk, you don't know, but when Mike Tyson came out, and he was just beating the shit out of everybody, and he was real serious in it, and just going with it. We're bringing something like that, but it's going to be better. It's going to be better. And I don't, whether a dumbass promoter can see it, whether somebody's been in the fight game 5, 10, 15 years can see it. It's 50 years for me. I've done seen it, I'm more than 50, and I've done seen it all. And even these old timers are wandering around here, they done lost half of it. So you sit back and listen to their bullshit today, and I'm like, what are you kidding me? 40 years ago you weren't saying that the same bullshit you're saying right now. And I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, well, it catches me at points too. And I've stopped letting everything catch me at points. Put a damn pair of shoes on if you're a man. Buckle up if you're a man. Get a damn haircut if you're a man. Do man things if you're a man. Dress like strong, good men. Not like these effeminate NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball queers. Go back to the old school boxers. Look at all the black boxers that just reigned in almost every single division, year in, year out. Just nailed 90% of the top 10 of it. Those people wasn't running around here looking like sissies, fags, and Elton John glasses, and Deontay Wilder walking around with a damn bed sheet on, acting like he's a damn Arab or something. These were real men, fighting men. And that really, to the black community, because we've got, when you were in America, who did we get along with the best?
The blacks.
The blacks. Who treated us the best?
The blacks.
Who did we treat the best?
The blacks.
Right? Because turnabout's fair play, right? Mm-hmm. But what we get so mad at is when we see crazy out of blacks. When blacks, and see, Joe knows it, because he's got my history going through his blood. My daddy had his history going through, and before him, my grandpa, see, died in 1940. He was sitting back rooting for folks like Jack Johnson, Sullivan, Corbett, people you guys, but you probably don't even know who they are. And I mean really old time. And the Brown Bomber, you're going to have to know better than my house. And if you was talking about him, you had trouble. You had trouble. And today, you look at Deontay Wilder or most of these, I'm going to be done. They can't even speak the language. Not for getting hit in the head or nothing. They just choose to be ignorant. And they lose. And we don't like it. We want our black African American champions back. And you know what? You'll get them back with him. Because He'll beat the shit out of you so bad you're gonna have to do something different, and you'll all start figuring that out. And that's the way it is. January the 15th. What's today?
It's June.
June the 16th of 2026. Why? Because I said so. And why? Because that's the day you got to. And just get with it, folks. And I'll tell you something else. All this bullshit, well, I can't do that. That's for everybody else. Get up off that attitude. Get your ass in the work spot and do it. Get it done. Rise to the occasion. You pissed off because white people are being ugly to me. In my day, white people weren't being that ugly to blacks. Not from the 60s on. Because you go fucking around with a black man and they knew how to fight. And they were built and they were strong. You pussies today, you look like you got some muscle, but it's still little cheap, effeminate stuff, and can't fight your ways out of fucking paper bags. This is the worst fighting community is the African American. The American blacks suck at fighting. Let's get that back. If I've offended you, be offended, and if you are a black boxer, get on it.